1957, Little Rock. So as we have seen, the Brown versus Ferguson, Brown versus Ferguson 2 Supreme Court rulings say that schools must be desegregated with all deliberate speed. And as we talked about, deliberate speed is very ambiguous. But despite this, this leads to massive resistance, the massive resistance movement, especially in the state of Virginia. This means that they threaten to close any schools that attempt to desegregate and cut any funding for schools that consider desegregation. There's even the suggestion that the state of Virginia interposes, which means that they believe that the federal government has overstepped its constitutional boundaries. So a sort of compromise is the Blossom Plan in 1955. And this is the idea that schools will desegregate, but very gradually and with a very small number of African American students, only those who have been personally approved by Superintendent Blossom. So this way they can satisfy the ruling of the Supreme Court, but in reality, desegregation will be kept to minimal levels. So this leads us to Little Rock. The Little Rock Nine are 9 African American students who were personally approved out of the 80 or so applicants to join Little Rock Central High School. So, despite it being approved by the Blossom Plan, Governor Forbes of Arkansas sends the Arkansas National Guard to stop the Little Nine entering the school. And he says that the National Guard is there to stop any violence, but they stop the Little Rock Nine from being able to enter the school, despite this being a violation of the Supreme Court order and a threat to federal authority. Now, Eisenhower is not a huge supporter of desegregation or the civil rights movement, but he does recognize that this is a threat to the federal authority and his authority as president. And it comes back to this issue of the clash between federal government and state governments. So Eisenhower orders on September 25th, 1957, the US 101st Airborne Division to escort the Little Rock Nine into Central High School. Now, the reaction to this, Governor Forbes says that Arkansas has become occupied territory. It leads to a mass walkout of white students in October 1957. And the Little Rock Nine themselves face bullying, harassment, and discrimination throughout their time as high school students. So as we can see with the Little Rock incident, there is opposition socially, there is opposition politically, and there is an attempt at legal opposition to the desegregation that has been approved by the Supreme Courts.